Hey guys. Wow, the final Mercury retrograde is here and it is in the sign of Scorpio starting today, ending in the sign of Libra November 3rd, 2020. Mercury retrograde has been actually traveling through the water signs, so this is going to be your last push until September 2022. So this is going to be giving you this last opportunity to open up to your intuitive energies. This retrograde, being in water, helps us get out of our heads and more into our heart center. So you're going to be more connected to your spiritual, creative, intuitive side. Most of you who follow me are very familiar with Mercury retrograde. However, for those who are not, let me enlighten you. During this time, Mercury retrograde, it lasts roughly about 3 weeks. And with 2 weeks of shadow periods before and 2 weeks shadow periods after. So what typically happens during a Mercury retrograde is this illusion of planets feeling like they are moving backwards, which brings up these little snafus, communication breakdowns, setbacks, delays, or truths being told, secrets being unveiled. So this is your goal, to really pay attention to small details, listen to the cues around you, as well as the signs that come up. Mercury retrograde is this time where things are hidden will come to resurface, typically from people from your past that come creeping back in, typically to deal with the final last thing, so you can close the door, so you can move on. Or maybe it's time to rehash something that hasn't been solved or resolved, or maybe it's something that you need to evaluate and restructure so you can move forward. It just really brings you to this place to look at your situation a little bit deeper so you can make choices from the heart, so you can evolve and move forward. Now, one of the other players in this retrograde happens to be Mars. Mars is a fiery planet full of passion, anger, and action. So if you have been feeling a little bit more intense as of late or a little bit more reactive, it's probably because of this particular planet being in retrograde. So now that we have these two planets in retrograde, things are going to be a little bit more of an influence that's going to impact our reactions and miscommunications that are going to make you feel probably a little bit more sluggish or increased confusion. Maybe you have this inner drive to move forward, but then you just feel so confused in order what steps or which way to go. And this is the Mercury energy. Mars rules this ability to take action, where Mercury rules our minds. So these two planets are so out of sorts, so it's easy not to get along. It's easy to get more confused, more irritated, more irrational in your behavior or thinking. If our actions are out of alignment with our thoughts, you're going to notice this retrograde just stirring things up in hopes that you're going to make some sort of adjustments. So I would tread very carefully during this time. It is a really good time to journal it out, think it through before you start actually taking the action steps, which is interesting considering that we do have this election coming up, and it just happens to end and go direct on election day. So which makes me wonder what this energy is going to create. This Mercury retrograde, how it's going to influence the election somehow during this process. There could be notices of delays, confusions, miscommunications during this time. It will be back on the 3rd, but it's going to take till about November 20th to really get back to its proper speed. With Mercury, when things start to feel a little bit more clearer and the picture becomes more clearer. Interesting fact though, whoever does get elected is going to help guide us through this first Pluto's return in 2022. This is a huge transformation where our country is going to be changed. The Pluto is this planet of death and rebirth. And this just happens to be the theme this year for 2020. It's really about this overhaul, this facelift that our country is no longer working. These changes need to happen in order to bring us into this future and to help us with this evolution process that's taking place. It's really bringing us to a higher state of consciousness. In the meantime, what can you do? So, first and foremost, get grounded, because this being in the energy of Scorpio, this is a water sign. Water signs are very intense and they're very emotional. Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth as well. So they like to dive deep and investigate until they find a solution to the problem. So finding ways to become more present is essential. So grounding, so you can not in your head so much. So one of my favorite go-to tools is just a simple 10-minute meditation for grounding. Also, sometimes this is very simple. It's just crystals, so that you can keep in your pocket. And usually they're black colors, so tourmaline or hematite. Bloodstone is a good one. So the second thing I would do is journal your thoughts. What comes up for you? Your dreams also hold a lot of meanings. So you're probably going to get a little bit more vivid than usual. So people are probably trying to send you messages through your dreams. So I would definitely write that down. What comes to your thoughts? What comes to your mind? What people come up for you? Messages. They're all messages. Signs out. Get out in nature. Look for signs. Get out. Go for walks. It just helps clear your head. Exercise. Builds up those endorphins. Finish up old projects that need to be completed so you can move on to the next one. Take time out for you. Self-care is hugely important. Get connected with friends, old friends, family from your past. Purge. Purge out your closets. Throw away things that you haven't been using for over a year. Reevaluate what's not working. What needs to change so you can implement these things at the end of November and starting in January 2021. What not to do during a Mercury retrograde. First and foremost, do not buy big purchases, such as a home, a car, a computer, anything techie. For what's going to happen is things might fall through. You might have car issues, computer glitches. Buying any of these things will only end up breaking. You'll end up having to get something new, or you're going to have to get it replaced or fixed. Traveling to far long way distances that you have never been to before, or visiting places that you have never been before. Incidents could come up. Delays could happen. It's just really not a good time to even get into a relationship or break it off until after November 20th. Keeping your thoughts aligned with what you wish to attract in your life, holding space for what you want to manifest. This could be either the perfect home, the perfect love life, the perfect romantic partner. It could be a new place of living. It could be a new car. It's really about what you want that manifests is in alignment with you. For first and foremost, just all for what's in alignment for yourself. So keeping low key and going within and thinking about what you need to shed and let go of so you can move forward with a positive outlook for 2021. Next, we have another full moon, and this one's on Halloween. This is the Hunter moon. We have the Harvest moon, now we have the Hunter moon, and this sign happens to be in Taurus. Taurus is a full moon on October 31st. It's going to actually hit your money zone, making it a timely to count your blessings and count your savings and avoid making impulse purchases, especially if you feel extra emotional or needy, as this is a lunar influence and could urge you to wildly overspend or even overeat. So I hope you enjoy this Mercury retrograde forecast. I'm going to pull some cards for you as well. Hey guys, so this is Chris Ann here. I'm going to pull your Mercury retrograde reading from October 3rd to November 20th. I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for each week. So the first card that comes up is it's time to release negativity. And oh, look at that. Would you guess it's in Scorpio? So again, this is really about a huge purge. Things that are not in alignment with you. That first week, it's really about really diving in and really reflecting on some major life changes that are going to be happening for you. The next card I pull is expect a powerful change. So, and this says new moon and eclipse. So when, you know, again, it goes along with this theme that's happening. So the second week is really about you doing the work, really going in, diving deep, just like a Scorpio energy, really thinking about what, you know, what, honestly, when I go in, I really look at the things that don't make me happy. And I focus on the things that give me goosebumps and things that make me, bring me joy. So you really have to go in and, you know, and that could be anything. This could be relationships, job, your home, where you're, you know, where you're living, located, demographically. You know, this is really about what you're not wanting anymore. And this is a really big time to shed. This one's really about starting to, like, manifesting the changes that are going to be coming. Maybe subtle things might be falling away for you at this point, but expect the bigger changes to really happen after November 20th. And the last card of the last week of Mercury retrograde again in Scorpio. Wow. Working through those fears. So and again, this is a new moon Scorpio. So really what I get from this is I feel like there are going to be blocks that come up from you, hiccups, if you will, things that are like fears, like, you know, maybe you don't think that you deserve these things, or it could be, just little fears that you put inside of your own head. But just rest assured that these changes, no matter what you do, are going to bring you into alignment with yourself and moving on to the future. And this is the last and final card, and it's really about looking at the big picture. You know, really, again, this is diving deep, but this is really about seeing the outcome, manifesting the outcome, keeping in alignment with those positive thoughts. Just this whole ties into the whole reading that I just did. So, and the fact that I got 2 Scorpios and then this powerful change, I mean, so keep that with you. Just know that there are beautiful things coming for you. You just need to do the work. Manifest this change and work through those fears, and then just hold space for the bigger picture of the outcome of what you want to happen. Thank you for listening for your mini reading for Mercury retrograde. If you do want your own private reading, please reach out. You can DM me or text me 603-365-8333. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.